You will need to begin by safely raising and supporting the vehicle. For additional assistance with that task, please follow the link provided at the end of this video. Before replacing the starter, make sure to check your battery and ground strap. A weak battery and/or a faulty ground strap can easily be the cause of a non- or a hard starting car. Once these are checked and you are sure it is the starter's fault, begin replacing it by disconnecting both cables on the battery. There is a direct cable from the positive side of the battery to the starter. If you accidentally ground the starter with a tool while working on it, you can cause serious damage to yourself and the vehicle. The starter, red arrow, is located on the rear of the motor facing the back of the car. The turbo cars have heat shields on them to protect them from the turbo plumbing, yellow arrow. Begin by removing the 8mm nut on the starter solenoid, red arrow. Next, remove the 13mm nut securing the two positive cables, red arrow. If you have not disconnected the battery, stop and do this before you remove this nut. While the cables are off, make sure to clean them so they can make good contact, red arrow. There are two 19mm bolts holding the starter in place. Red arrow is one shown. One bolt is on the rear of the starter, faces the front of the motor. The other is on the bell housing and faces the rear. Remove both bolts using care on the last one. Once they are removed, the starter will be free and can fall if you do not have a hand on it. The bolt that goes through the bell housing is longer than the other, so don't mix them up. Remove the starter by moving it down and out from the mount. With the starter removed, check the mounting area for any dirt, corrosion, or debris. You can also see into the flywheel and starter ring area, red arrow. If they're having serious difficulties with the vehicle starting, you may want to check the starter ring for damage by rotating the motor by hand and checking the ring for rounding or broken teeth. If you have a turbocharged car, you will need to move the heat shield from the old starter to the new one. Simply remove the two 8mm nuts, red arrows, and transfer the heat shield to the new starter, making sure the rear holes line up with the mounting hole on the starter, yellow arrow. Installation is the reverse of removal. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out another video in this series.